Hello everyone, how are we? Are we good for audio? Let me just check. Let me just check. It looks like we are. It looks like we are. Good. Hello! How are we? I apologise if I cough a lot. Yeah, shockingly. How's everybody? Belated Merry Christmas to you all. Yes, I may be muting the mic a few times tonight, because you don't need to hear all that nonsense. But hope you're all doing well. Yes, I've had a little bit of a quiet Christmas, just because of, you know, the things. Good old healthy me. But nice to see so many in here. Hope you're doing well. I am having a blast. I have to say, this is the first day I've felt even remotely like doing stuff. So, yeah. But I've been quietly playing on this in the background. I reset up my game save after the guys released the map officially, because there was a lot of updates to it. So I had fun playing just with no requirements to do anything else than just enjoy myself. So it's been good. It has been good. Now I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Hope Santa was good to you and you got everything you wanted. We had a nice load of mods arrive out, didn't we? Which was really nice to see. Lots of fun stuff came out, which was good. So, by the way, how good is this Bale grab? It really is fantastic. It helps basically idiots like me who aren't very good at stacking stuff look as good as Args. Thank you, Joran. Enjoy the museum. Jamie Eiling, nice to see you. I saw Cranky going in there. 21 months, Cranky. That's crazy. Nick Stegman, you get less time for armed robbery. But I appreciate it. New hardware for a new setup on the computer. Very nice, Nick. Well, I got a little drone. A little Mavic, sorry, a DJI drone, which is awesome. It's going to come in handy this year with some of the plans I've got for some real footage. The serious boys are back, Jack. That is exactly it. There you are, Args, how you doing? Nice to see you, mate. How's the beach? That was Argsy posted on our in our Discord, him sitting on the beach, which was borderline offensive, but you know, when in Rome, we would have done exactly the same to him. So yeah, this is brilliant. This is from the CSZ pack, and it kind of acts. It's almost like an auto load. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. I've got it set up on my joystick. Oh, scooter. Honestly, mate, it's a dream. I took it for a fly around my folks' house, not inside, outside, obviously, and did them a little, I don't know, minute-long clip of the scenery around, like around their house and stuff. And Mark Taylor, what a man! Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Something on me. Cough medicine. Oh, you having fun on it, Nick? Good to hear. Good to hear, mate. I need to catch up. I have been lying low, it's fair to say, on the footage. So, yeah, the quality of the video on those drones is something else. Like 4K footage is out of this world. So yeah, I was highly impressed. Highly impressed with it. As were my folks. So it was good. It's Mrs. FSG looking after me, that was. Nice little gift from her. An RTX 4080, very nice tech. Very nice indeed. Looks pretty good. So you press you unfold this. How do I describe this? You put it in operate. It's almost like an auto load. I think it is basically an auto load. So you put it in operating position or transport position. Evening Musketeer, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. You put it in operating position or transport position. We're in operating position at the moment. And then when you get close to something, you press Y. Well, you don't press Y, it just picks it up automatically. Like that. It could take... There are bigger ones. It can take, I think, 3 or 4 of these. Yeah, you guys had a crazy winter with the weather. Over there, we got it. It was heavy on the news over here because it was just insane. Crazy low temperatures. But yeah, once you've loaded them up, you line them up with your trailer, like so. I have to say, having the joysticks set up again is an absolute pleasure to play with. And once you're in the position that you want, which looks about right, I could probably sneak them a bit closer actually. Let's do that. Yeah, when you get them where you want to, press the Y button again, and Y to unload them. And look at me, this is the most perfectly stacked load of bales I've ever seen. Yeah, Buffalo, they were showing the ice on the houses in Buffalo. It was insane. It's absolutely crazy. Hello, Joe. How are you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Hope you had a good Christmas, mate. Hope the wee guy had everything he wanted from Santa. So, the traffic. Wait till you see the custom traffic. This is the best custom traffic I think I've seen on a map. We had it a couple of times on a few maps last year. I think Green Bale's map in the past had one, but there's some really cool stuff. There's a JCB digger, and there's a John Deere with a manure spreader on. We'll definitely see them at some point if we run for the next couple of hours. Thanks, Joe. No, it was. I always like doing a setup tour. Now, I never thought anybody would be interested, but everyone seems to be really interested in it. I think it gives people ideas for what they can do with their setups, which is nice. I have to say, I'm a sucker for a setup tour or a PC build vid, a Linus Tech Tips PC build vid. See, that's maybe a bit close there. I don't know what happens if you unload it and you're slightly overlapping with the bales, because they become a bit transparent until they're released. Let's see. Actually, I might go back a bit here. Oh, no. Might go and nudge those round on the other side. Love the Bailey trailer. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Shamrock Valley, yes. Wonder if he's borrowed them. They look a bit more detailed than the ones in 19, but then again, maybe that's just the fact it's 22 and we can do a little bit more with it. Watching the Gophers. Got my Gophers hat somewhere, actually. That's a bit better. So now the next big question, where's Farmer Ed? Any plans for a auto drive course for this map? This will be a good challenge with the narrow lanes and stuff, lots of two-way stuff. We'll jump in and do a bit of baling in a minute. Why are you using sharp forks on wrap? It's pretty common actually, John, in the UK, just to use a bale spike through your wrapped stuff. Certainly later on when you unload it. I think it's because it's so wet and damp over it, kind of doesn't matter. Will ferment anyway. Hello, Miles. Thank you very much indeed. Very nice of you to say. Yeah, it's on the list to do. Shopping list for the new year. There we go. Right, last two. And we'll swap things out. With the auto drive guy. Would the auto drive guys like a challenge? I think so. Yeah, there you go, Legion. The classic way of botch it. Mr. Sir, Mr. Has been discussed. They're going to try and put this on the mod hub later in the year. If Giants approve it, and then obviously if they approve a PC, they'll have to go through the whole process of getting it approved for console as well. So, last I heard they were going to try, and we'll wait and see. Martin Legg, nice to have you here, Martin. Welcome. Appreciate you dropping by. I've had actually a very busy Christmas for not putting any content out. I had a very big uplift in subs over the last week, so I guess there's a lot of folk with a little bit of downtime getting to finally sit down and maybe watch some content. It's not like the COVID years, is it? People got busy again, so it's been nice to have some people watching, some new folk. David Dawson, excellent map. It is, David. I couldn't agree more. I have been properly taken with this, and I think a lot of you guys have as well, haven't you? It's a really nice map. Ooh, look at that. A little bit at the end there. Right. Do you know what? We'll leave them there for now. We're going to jump in and do some baling in the next field. I did write a list of stuff, actually. Junt, yes. I was going to mention that. I've got a very nice Kenworth truck to demo. I'm going to maybe just do a little vid on it. It's so nice. It warrants a little bit of a spotlight on it, I think. But yes, and next new mod coming out from the guys at Northwest Mods and Edits, and it's a cracker. It is a cracker. And I know loads of you are going to ask me where I got this McHale baler as well. The Fisher unfortunately comes with a load of bugs. Are you talking about the map? There are a couple of things which I've already flagged to the guys. I'm sure they'll fix them. Always the case with a map. I think more so than even with a mod. That you take... there's only so much testing you can do because they're so big, and if you're doing it on a small scale, it always appears to be things that pop up when you hand it out to the masses. They'll fix them. I know they're already working on fixing them, so... I've not found anything game-breaking yet. I know the animals is an issue, but I also know the fix for that already. You want to fix that. Basically, the animal pens don't show up. So, you need to delete the calf pens. They're the issue. If you found stuff, Fish, I would always suggest letting the modders know. The only way they can fix it if they know about it. All too often I see people ranting about broken maps, yet they've not bothered to let the map maker know. Oh, I was going to set this to auto unload. There we go. There you go, next, same. Great minds think alike. I did have it set before, but obviously it cancels it after you log out of game. Miles, now I like FS22. It's moving quite fast now in terms of development. I think we're going to see some cracking mods this year coming out for it. I think going to hopefully get to the end of ironing out all the little bugs and things with it, and we'll be in a good space. Cody, nice to see you. Report the animal pen's not showing. Found trees preventing you working harvesting the arable fields. Yes. I've spotted a couple of those as well. Yeah, the quick if you want a quick fix for the animal pens not working is just delete the calf pens, the 5 calf pens up on the north farm, and that brings them back up. I have not seen the fake FS23 trailers, no. No, just in, just through the placeables. The pickup stops as it opens, obviously, the back, and I keep forgetting. No, just in the placeables menu. Super easy to do, Jeremy. Just the 5 calf pens, and it works after that. Avio, favourite tractor brand? Probably, well, this is certainly one of them. I do love the old Fords, purely because I grew up on a farm using them. FS23 is coming spring 23. Well, it could be, because it could be the mobile version of the game. But I also don't believe that. Old white field boss track. Yeah, that was a nice release over Christmas, wasn't it? From Julian F. One of my favourite tractors in 19, that was, so lovely to see that back. No, Cody. Give yourself a week or so, you'll be fine. What's the green tractor? It was an Oliver, Mark. An Oliver 1755. Proper classic US tractor, that. Kind of hoping we'll see some Oliver mods maybe in the not too distant future. I know there's a few people working on them. There we go. It can't hold mobile, as if it did, it would be small map and be. It's a completely different game, Emil. You know, they don't port over 22 to mobile. It's completely built from the ground up. Still using obviously the Giants engine, so you see similarities there, but it's a completely different game. The mobile game. Hey Mally, how you doing, mate? I heard FSG, you're looking. Did you hear that, Junt? I would like that. Well, technically, if my brother lets me... My brother's in San Francisco, so if he lets me sleep on his floor, I technically have already got somewhere. I'm not picky. You know what for sale? That'd be your old pad, would it? Miles, do I like old farm stuff or new? I love everything, Miles. I love learning about old stuff. Oh, I love also crushing the bale I've just pulled out of my baler. I did have a slightly maybe I was hallucinating while I was ill. I thought about buying an old tractor. Don't know where I'd keep it. Probably down at my folks. But yeah, common sense kicked in. Either that or the All the drugs I've been taking for the cold. Oh, I have Ford. Oh, like an old, one of the old Fergusons. The old grey Fergusons. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Mally, is this map out? If you hit exclamation mark map, Mally, you will see that it is, mate. You can go and play with it right away. Forza driving out. I think that might be out of my budget a little bit, Mark, but I would love one of those as well. Mr. Maslin. Good to see you dropping in there. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. After this, we've got a field of wheat down at the bottom because we need to get some. We need to get some bales ready. We need some straw for the animals. Of course, we've got a crop on it as well. We'll stick that stored somewhere. All I need is the cab off one eye. You're right. We're gonna have to see if we can make that happen, aren't we? Still, maybe that's the project for this year. Or at least progress it somewhat, instead of it being just something I talk about a lot. Right, we're nearly done here. Doesn't take long, this bale is great. Be nice to see a McHale DLC. It would be. It would be. I remember seeing a lot of their stuff in the summer when I was at the Royal Highland Show. And they've got some really nice stuff. Put that there. Thomas, you've nearly finished the No Man's Land series. Good. Glad to hear it. Need a website first. So many unfinished projects, eh, Cranks? Jack, this is the only decent one I know about. In fact, there might be the only one. At the moment. Glengar boy, hello, hello, nice to see you. No worries, Squatch, nice to see you, mate. See you soon. Logan Bailey, am I working on a new season of Surviving Wyoming? I can categorically say I am currently not working on a new series of Surviving Wyoming. I need a rest from that for sure. For sure I do. Do I watch Dagwin? Yes. Does anybody not? He's the man, right? What's the first FS game I played? 11, believe it or not. And I can't remember playing 11. But I fired up one of my vintage old laptops the other day. And there it was, sitting on the desktop. So, I must have. But I couldn't tell you. 15 was when I first properly got my teeth stuck into it. And played probably more than just a few hours. But 19 was when I really dove in at the deep end. So, oh, there we go again. See, the timing's awful. Although the pickup does work backwards, which is handy. Get those executives to need to hire them first. Did I get my save? Glengar, I am loving it, mate. Absolutely loving it. And I ended up not porting over. I tried it a few times, but there was a few things happening. I was losing the bunker silo, the sides of the bunker silos. So I just thought, I was only 3 hours in, so actually that's what I spent yesterday doing in between coughing and spluttering. I just sat and drove tractors for 3 hours. It was really good fun. Because you guys maybe don't realise, but when you're... Args will back me up on this. Well, any of you guys that make vids, you never actually get a lot of time to just sit and play appreciate the game and enjoy the game and get that kind of stress-free enjoyment out of it. So that's what I did yesterday. And it was very, very therapeutic. Thank you, Miles. Appreciate it, my friend. Oh, don't say that, Glengar. Don't say that. I spoke to Irish Conor today, and he gave me a little workaround for the animal pen issue. But I couldn't see myself maybe not using the carve. I wasn't so fussed about that. And anyway, I've moved my cows down to the other farm now, so might be fine. Hey, Pleasant, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. And other than that, I've not spotted anything drastic. Other than the only small machinery, I still might struggle to get through some of the gates. I've cut a few hedges down to make access a bit easier. But I like that. I mean, it reminds me so much of home. So much of home. From the size of the roads issue. Which I really like. Hey, Chris. Thank you very much. From all the way up there in Canada. Appreciate it. Paladin, how are you doing, mate? Your last percent. All niggly little stuff. Animal pen's probably the... yeah. Yeah. Mike! I do come from a farming background. Yeah, we ran a big dairy and arable farm down in Cheshire when I was growing up. 300 cows, about 1,250 acres of arable land as well. So I drove one of these growing up. What's my favourite map of all time? That is a good question, Graham. I don't know, because do you know what? They can be a bit mood-based, can't they? Certain maps, you kind of go through phases. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody knows my love for Flint Hills in FS19. That was just... But as much as for the map, as much for it being a good map, just for what it did for the channel. I love Purbeck in 19 as well. That was a fantastic map. I haven't tried it in 22 yet because it's somebody else's conversion rather than the original, which sometimes I'm a little bit hesitant to test, but Toronto a little wet, temperatures rise to 11. That sounds a little bit more humane. Lone Oak. Lone Oak, I liked Lone Oak, but I wouldn't have put it up there in my top ones, but I understand why people like it. Everyone's plans for next year. Nothing planned due to not knowing when I can walk properly after your foot surgery. Oh, that's a shame, mate. Hopefully it's not too long before you're up and about. Look at me, doing it again. to add insult to injury, my son got a new desk, a new computer desk for Christmas. Obviously it came flat packed and I had to build it. And I managed to stand on an upright nail on it as well the other day, which is frustrating. So that's sore as well, just like one thing after the other. Seneca County. Seneca was a lovely map. Yeah, there's so many that you've played over the time. Nice one, Args. Drive safe, mate. We'll catch up soon, yeah? And Happy New Year to you when it arrives, if I don't chat to you before then. Right, I think we're done here. We've got enough to pick up another bale, probably. Oh, there's a lot of bales in here. You know what I mean, Legion? You know those stupid long screws that you do then you put the twisting lock things through that always come loose after about 12 months? One of those. Right, let's do that. Let's fold this away. Yeah, let's run this out of here. Bull's Gap, loved Bull's Gap as well. That was obviously a really fun series on 19. Six months, jeez, oh man. I was banging on about those tractors that come along the road and nothing to see yet. Hey Clifton, thank you very much, mate. Did Doggo have a good Christmas? Can you see her? There she is. Doggo had an amazing Christmas because she was down at... My folks have got a huge field behind their house. And she just ran. She just, like... She can just run feral. So she loved it. Every end of every day she was just broken. She also got fed a lot of turkey, I think. Court Farms looks incredible. Incredible. Really excited for that one. What do I recommend to move 80 bales in FarmSim? A lot of trailer trips backwards and forwards. If you want to speed it up, Greenwich Valley, I love Greenwich Valley in 19 as well. Yeah, big fan of that map. Greenbale did some great maps. Northern Coast as well was fab. Yeah, definitely an auto-load trailer if you want to speed things up a bit. Oh, tech, man, that sounds tough. Well, I hope everything goes okay. McHale balers are built right beside you. Very cool. Genuinely think they're the kind of thing, if you approached them as a modder and said, "Can we put your balers in FarmSim?" they'd be keen to do it, I reckon. Pop it in the corner here because we're going to need this tractor for what we're going to do next, which is a bit of wheat harvesting. Every time I reload the game, that tool box ends up sitting in the middle of the road here. One of those remembers where you first dumped it on the ground, and no matter where you move it, it ends up back there. Anyone know what the base food is for cows? TMR's your best bet, Magnus. The cow farm on the northern coast was top. Oh, I loved that. Loved it. Wonder if we set up a little auto drive. to unload the trailer while we're combining. Joshua Sams, I like both, to be honest, mate. I'm quite happy either way. It is a shame. It is a shame that Green Bale hasn't made a return for 22. Yes, it is, because he did some cracking stuff. 6 Ashes. There's another classic as well. Yeah. Ballinrobe in Ireland. There we go. That's where McHale balers are made. I did not know that. I knew they were Irish, didn't know, not know where. There's TMR hay, grass and base food. Oh, I don't know what base food is. Sorry. Just nearly crashed into him. Do you think Greenwich Valley or Northern Coast? Unless somebody else converts them, because like I said, Green Bale's not... doesn't appear to be doing any modding anymore. Anyone remember the old stream? Isn't that not back for 22? Ah, standard silage, yeah. Look, there's the tractor. I think that's brilliant. The detail on it's great. I'll wait for the JCB to come past too. County Mayo, but they're not keen on doing FS from what I've heard though, unfortunately. That's a shame. I'll have to deal with the unofficial ones then. Northern Coast has an FS22 conversion already. Ah. Like I said, maybe I've totally gone past my junction from a... Look, there's a little car accident here as well. Right outside the field I want to go in. Hopefully that'll clear itself up by the time we've picked up our trailer and gone back. Yeah, that's my issue, is I think when people convert a map, they don't... It's not the same as the original mapper updating it, I don't think. Right, we've got to get a trailer and a combine up here pretty quick. So this is our other farm. This is the update I did to the save after I rebuilt it. So we thought we'd put the cows down here because there was just a little bit more space. It was a little bit more open. The lighting on this map is great because it's using relight, which I think is a genius move to add it into the base map as opposed to having it as a separate mod, because it really does shift the light levels about a lot, which is great. I'm here for the Marston trailer. I remember where I parked it. I think it's tucked in the corner here. There's some of the leftover bales from last season. So this is legit the setup that we had on our farm when we were harvesting. Getting all kinds of nostalgia here. Now I'm going to leave this here for now because we need to get the combine in and cut a little bit of an open space before we take this around, because it's so tight in the fields. How did I fix the map? So let me show you. There's nothing wrong with the map. The map is not broken, but what it was happening was if you clicked on your cow pens here, it would just show an empty page. And the reason for that was, guys, if you want a quick fix while I sort the map out, you go up to this farm here. I'm going to get my bearings around the side of here. In here, behind this wall, there are 5 calf pens. And they are for some reason clashing with the animal pen stuff. So if you delete those 5 calf pens there, everything works again. So it's all good. Botar Sultan! There's a blast from the past. How are you, mate? Nice to see you. Happy New Year. Well, Merry Christmas as well, but Happy New Year for the next few days. Alan, what do you think the new DLC in 2023 will be? I think there'll be a few. And I think we're getting a Polish map. We already know that, don't we? There's also calf pens down the bottom right and one on the middle far. That's interesting. Was there just too many? No, there can't be more than 64, can there? So I only removed the ones at the top farm and it's working again. If that helps, Glengar. I've just remembered this has got the rubbish header width issue, hasn't it? If I do horse, although I might drive the combine and we'll get the trailer running backwards and forwards. See what I mean about everything being so tight? Oh, nothing to see here. We're fine. We're fine. We're not fine. Come on. Get off the fence. I love the fact that it even bleeps. No, Patrick, not on Mod Hub. Just downloadable from the Eire Agri modding page. Good, nothing coming. I'm gonna have to drive through the crop. Auto drive would be a nightmare. No! Not at all, Tech. We're about to try it. We're about to try it. There's our field ahead of wheat. I like the new roads. They are very Irish. Yeah, great tarmac texture. Right, where's the gate? I always do this. I rock up and I'm like, I don't know where the gate is. And even when I find the gate, snowball's chance in hell of you getting that combine in the field. Paul, do not let a little thing like that slow me down. Bit of bust through there. Look at me holding the traffic up. Alright, fellow farmer honking at me. You should know better. Look, that's the first time I've seen that. But the JCP Loadall, there's also a an old school digger as well. Yeah, look at the pressure being put on by the tractor. I've overcooked the turn, haven't I? Hey? Hey, not bad. Maybe helped a little bit by the lack of collision on the gate there, but I'll take that. Spyros, how you doing? Nice to see you, my friend. Hope everything is okay over there in Greece. Super strength engaged. We made it. We made it. Is there custom crops on this map? No tech. They have removed a couple, I think sugarcane and one of the other ones, cotton, that you would never be able to grow in these climates. So I quite like that. How do I try and remember everybody that comes and says hello on the channel, Spyros. A gate would have... I have to confess, I've cut a few hedges down and put double gates in. But, see you, Miles. Thanks for hanging out. And to you, Jody, and to you, my friend. Let's unfold this. Let's try and get this sorted. Can you get rid of the gates like hedges? Yes! Thinking of adding multi-fruit in an update. Nice. Gotta say, you boys have done a great job on this. You really have. It is Spyros. If you hit exclamation mark map, you can get a link to it. I'm delighted to see so much interest in an Irish map as well. It's been great to see. Right, let's get a swath down because we do actually want the swath off this because we want to make bales. There we go. Right, let's... Mr. Tim Maslin, will you behave? What a guy. Thank you very much, sir, and likewise to you. I hope it's a successful year for you and the business, mate. You've been burying yourself this year, so yeah, hope you get some time to hang out with the family too and chill. But I appreciate that you are a gentleman, sir. Thank you very, very much indeed. A number of headlands. What should we do here? Let's do 3. Hello, Grant. Yes, he did. I got myself a nice little drone, actually, which is quite nice. Right, working with... Now, do I go slightly wide? I can't remember what I do here. Do I go slightly wider or slightly narrower? Because this header has got... let's generate the course. I think if we can go back now, I can adjust the header width. Working width. I wonder if this has been fixed, actually. Owen Reed, I have a bug where I can see the Animal Pens page when I add mods. Let's just give this a go and see what happens. I wonder if they maybe fixed the header width issue on this. They may have done. Delete the calf pens, Owen. Problem solved. Right. Now he's doing his thing. We will. We're going to try. Paul Campbell, ah yes, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Where do I start this even? It's not even done a day's work, Graham. Plenty of time for that. Right, let's go from here, shall we? This is going to be either super successful or a disaster. Right, here we go. Gosh. No, already messed it up. Alright, let's just turn that off. Delete all of them. And record again. Because all the way up to the junction, I'm gonna have to go two-way. Doesn't help that my force feedback's decided to switch off again. FSG never cleans his equipment. In game. My personal hygiene's far better than my in-game hygiene. So we go to, what do we say, here? Give me another one, come on. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Now, if I go, click that and then click that, now do they join? This is always what I wonder. They do. So much traffic. Quite liking driving with the traffic on because it goes at a sensible pace for the roads as well. Although there's a traffic jam. Nor does he start for stop signs. Place your bets, I say it gets stuck 5 times on auto drive. Let's see, Graham. Let's see. You could well be right, but let's see. Thank you, Paladin. Yes, Slug Juice, sorry I didn't see that comment, but yes. 3070 Founders Edition. It looks like a typical certainly UK and Irish back lane traffic jam. Right, so let's call this... I don't even know what field it is. Field 31. And then we're going to have to do that annoying thing where you have to drive in the crop a bit. You don't really have an option until it's been cleared. And I'm going to cross the streams again, which is frowned upon. Farmer Ed will be weeping into his auto drive planning notes. Slug Juice, I am setting up an auto drive course so that we can run the combine and hopefully the tractor automated and do some other stuff. Take care, Mark. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. That was hugely appreciated, and you really didn't need to do that, but thank you, mate. That is very, very kind of you. Between you and Tim, I've already got a bottle of whiskey earmarked. Right, so now if I run in here to about here, I think I should be able to. In fact, what I might do is this. There we go. Now let's turn that off. So I've got to and from the field sorted. I didn't know cars came down here as well. This is going to be a disaster. Might have to turn traffic off. I don't want to though. Irish whiskey, I hope. No, I'll go for the proper Scottish stuff. I'm joking. I do like Irish whiskey. Already I'm spotting. I might need to just tweak those ones ever so slightly. Let's widen that turn as much as we can. Be in the way. Let's do this. That might help me a bit. Right, from here, I'm going to decide what I do here. I think I will go something like this. This is going to be a fun reverse without any force feedback, but we'll give it a go. Should really do this without the trailer on as well. Armour Ed, is that right? Because of where the marker goes. Although it's given us quite a lot of reverse there. That's quite good. And now I can drive forward again, hopefully. And do that. Right. Now what I want to do just in here, because I didn't exactly get that lined up particularly well in there, might just shift these over slightly. And I want to go and name this. If I can get... Will it even let me? No, it's not going to. Right, let's give this grain silo tip. That'll do. Right. Get him out of there. Now, if this has all worked, I can hide this. We can do... Oh, come on. Combine, unload, and we're going to field 31, and we're going to tip in grain silo tip. I'm going to hit go. And he's going to He's going to hash it up straight away because I didn't give him enough turning space, because there's no turning space on any of these yards. Let's help him out a little bit first. Right. Hey Evan, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Right, here we go. Just a second, what is going on here? You're like doing a Route 1. Ah, it's because he's on that. Right. Like I said, it's tight. Stop laughing, Mally. Stop it, Tech. It's hard enough as it is. Paul Campbell, thank you very much, mate. You're a gentleman. The $4.99 super chat. What a guy. Purely medicinal. I can't believe you're picking on an ill guy. Hey Johnny, how you doing? Nice to see you. Right, let's see what happens here. I want to watch him before... I'm pretty sure the combine's probably full, actually. Now, I might... Corner speed, let's drop that down to that. That might help us a bit. Will this map ever come to the multiplayer series on Discord? I think it might, Irvin, you know, because there's so many farms on it that I think it's kind of a really good candidate for multiplayer. So, yeah, watch this space, mate. Take an Aaron whiskey. Might be a good call, Johnny. Hey, Sumalainen, how are you? Are they politely waiting for me, or are they waiting for the combine? Either way, that's respectful. Look at that. Now, the only problem is I've got here, it's not really a problem, but this guy needs to be set to field 31. And then we should see the Ford. I haven't got my setting. I need to probably set him up to not drive through crop and things like that, but for now, it'll do. Hacks. Better than you thought, eh, Graham? But you were waiting for a disaster to happen. And actually... pretty sure the left side of that trailer will have no paint after a couple... You may be right, you may be wrong. You guys have no faith in me, and it's absolutely justified. You think you can watch me for 2 years and expect nothing other than a car crash? I haven't made it dumb yet, this is true. Got to get out of the... Oh, come on, guys, give me a break. Not very well. Thank you, Tim. Yeah. Let's... Oh, you guys. What's my dream tractor? In FS, in FarmSim, or in real life? I would love to drive a 9RX on a massive field in the US, pulling some ridiculously big cultivator or seeder behind it. Or an old classic TW15 or 25 Ford. Desperately waiting for somebody to make a mod for it. I'm thinking about doing a mod competition, by the way. and I might stump up quite a decent price for it, because I know you modders need a bit of a processing power for your modding, so I might plump up something good. Kieran, I like New Holland as well. Well, technically Ford, New Holland are Ford, aren't they? Does maps count? Maps will count, Nick, yes. I think it might have a couple of different categories. Might have vehicles and maps. I don't know, I haven't thought it through yet, but I will definitely, it really is, Paul. Either that or force me to laugh more. I have to quit the stream early because I have water. I have water. Trailer's stuck. Is he? No, he's not. Don't, cranky. 21 months I was counting on you for support. Although that said, we may need to shut the gate, but that will cause a complete... That will cause total carnage. Oh, nice, Nick. Is it Minnesota? Remind me, it's a Minnesota map, yeah? I might be interested in that one. Do you know what? I need Jack Daniels with the honey in it. Beautiful. This is going to cause all kinds of trouble. And this trigger is northern Minnesota. Nice. I've stayed up in Ely, Nick. I've canoed in the boundary waters. Went fishing. Did all that stuff. It was brilliant. Right, it's going on the up and downs now. And do you know what he's going to do? He's going to crash straight into the tractor. Because he's not going to have enough space to turn around. The honey one, Mally, exactly. Yeah, Jack Daniels with honey. Brilliant. It's like a liquor rather than a whiskey. Like a, what would you call it? What would you guys call it? What's the best Go Play FS PC buy a country mile, Paul? And I know some people get upset by saying that, but it's just a better experience. Jack Daniels and honey doesn't really help you. After a whole bottle, you don't really care, do you? Yeah, please give me enough space to turn around. Did I see all the Tesla cars? I didn't on the way back, but I did on the way down. I did on the way down, which was why I was had a nice smile. I've got a little bit of electric, but I can kick back into petrol when I feel like it. Yeah, what's going to happen here? Or is he going to reverse up the other way? Oh, see, this is the problem. He's just going to sit there now. I'm going to have to reverse this chappie slightly. In fact, I'll put him back in his spot. This is the problem with smaller fields, though. But we'll put him back in his... Field 31. Right, wait for call. Good. Jasmine LA, thank you very, very much for the €2. Much appreciated. Is that him going now? That is him going. Any wisdom on requirements on a gaming laptop as far as RAM and graphics for FS22? I'll always say this: whatever your budget will allow you. If you can squeeze something with an RTX card in it, definitely go for that. What's happening here? Waiting for combines. Turn. Chasing combine. Interesting. And yeah, probably if you can, again, if you can afford it, 16 gig of RAM would. Again, you don't really need it for FarmSim. FarmSim isn't that. The limitation of FarmSim is actually the engine rather than, you know, a massive graphics card. But obviously, if you're gonna 3050 should work fine. Should work with no problems at all. I mean, FarmSim will run really sweet on old GTX cards, so should be fine. See, we're driving in the crop here, which is not ideal. In fact, I'll try and change that. And I guarantee you, restrict pathfinders to field, unloader to field, yes. Avoid fruit. See, avoid fruit is on. But for whatever reason, it decides it doesn't want to. I was just going to follow him now. Yeah, 8 is a definite minimum. Don't go lower than 8. Push 16 if you can. I was just going to follow him the whole time now, which is... I'm okay with that. Tiller pipes on the other side, I quite like that. I thought you just sat and waited, but maybe it's... because you couldn't get the full... you couldn't get him fully unloaded on that pass he follows him. Plan on having a few mods to put it light. Well, if you are going to go with mods, I would definitely ramp things up. No, it said avoid fruit, yes. Already. I've turned it to no. This used to be a little bug. So if I put it on yes, he may drive through stuff again. This is going to be comedic. It's going to get to him again, just as he gets to the... just as he gets to the end of the row. Oh, totally savage. I think one of the best things I've ever done was invest in a wheel. Come on, come on. Ah. Spyros, do I think electric tractors will take over? So, when we were at John Deere in the summer, in Mannheim, they had test tractors with electric, with batteries in, and they were just like, it's just physically not possible to get what you need from a tractor, which is get up at 6 in the morning, drive a tractor all day long, potentially till midnight. You know, you're looking at 16, 18, 20-hour days possibly. You can't stop, and you can't charge batteries, and they're like, also the power that they need to run stuff. The batteries are draining super quick, so they were like, no, basically. For farm vehicles, they can't see electric being a thing. They can see it kind of helping in terms of running some of the systems, and you could probably have something like you see in petrol cars these days, where there's a little additional charging thing that powers some of the electrics on board but doesn't power the engine. I think hydrogen fuel cells will be the way forward. Lethal, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. I hope everybody's pressed the like button. Actually, Botar makes a very good point. If you do think it warrants a like, please do click the button. Because, do you know what, I'm going to just very quickly, if I can whip this around quicker than auto drive, and see if we can get a full pass. Come on, come on, do it. Move. What do you mean you're waiting for call? Here's what we'll do, here's what we'll do. If we can. Stop combine to unload. Stop while unloading. That'll give us a little bit of, buy us a bit more time, and it won't slow us down too much. He says, hopefully. Waiting for call. Oh, he's exiting field. Thanks, Andy. So he's going to unload with half a trailer in, but I want to see if this will fully unload. So I'm okay with him sitting there. How about methane then? Maybe? Maybe? Yeah? Stanley Ellis, you think it could be McHale? Well, based on what we were talking about before, I don't think McHale are that interested in being an FS, so if it is, great, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Yeah, you stop there, red car. I've just got to pray I don't meet people coming the other way. Jasmine, this is an old Ford, yes. Take care, Tim. All the best, my friend. Enjoy your dinner. And Happy New Year if I don't see you again, Tim. It is a lovely tractor. It's a lovely mod. Right, please no cars coming down, because the only solution I've got then is to it's my own field, gears. Please no cars coming. Please no cars coming. We're going to run the gauntlet. See if we can get to the farm before any cars arrive. Or I have to turn the traffic off. The Irish drivers are all drunk. That is a scurrilous accusation, but probably pretty accurate. 4110, even smaller power. Yes, lethal. We had a 4000 on our farm, which was a great little workhorse. Ended up being our scraper tractor. Right, let's see if that little tweak to the was enough. Ooh, who was saying there was going to be scrapes on the paint? Hey, Joshua's got 4000. We need to tweak that turn just a little bit more. No, it's a disaster. It's a full-blown disaster. Tell you why. Because he's decided way earlier to restart his reverse. So if I can move this out quite far, that might help us. Let's see if that works. Yeah. I didn't give it enough distance. Turn this off so you can actually see what's happening. He's so not making that turn, is he? So as soon as it hits the trigger, it tips. My problem is now, my turn is away over there. I could do this. See what happens. I'll keep reversing back now. Oh, so it probably was alright. There's no rationale for that. There is no rationale why I did that. It's just mocking me now. Just giving you like ammo. What was that all about? Even you guys are like, well, that was just mean. You didn't need to do that. Right, let me just tighten this even more. I'm going wider still on this turn. See if I can avoid hitting that wall the next time. But also, let's see how we go. I wish FS did have user-inflicted I don't, Paul. Jeez. I'd be writing to Giants going, how can I not get through the first day of any game without losing all of my money? Lethal, mine didn't have a cab, no. Oh, Joshua, no it didn't. I was cab free. Had proper aircon, traditional aircon. It wasn't a major accident, Nick. It was a minor prang. Insurance wouldn't even look at it. Come on, white car. Well, I can't do anything about that. Even the traffic's out to get me. Turn it off for a bit. Head-on collision with a brick building. No, you didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Scott. You guys are all cynics. Exactly. See Healy, it knows what's going on. Nothing a bit of T-cut and a little bit of a buff wouldn't sort out. Joshua, what did we had a 7610, 7810 and a TW15. And a fast track later on, which I quite enjoyed driving. Right, now the combine sits still when it's full. I should, he says. Oh, right, Ed, brilliant. It hasn't gone far enough back to hit the waypoint after tipping. Got you. So, what do you do? Just move the waypoint forward a little bit, Ed? The tractor has to hit the waypoint rather than the trailer, doesn't it? It's a fine line. Right, we'll try and fix that. Yes, Ryan, PC only, for now anyway. Right, I'm going to, while he's sitting there then, I am going to, if I can tweak that, just use this. Hey, Andrew Green! How you doing, mate? Fremont, Indiana. Nice. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, that's going to cause all manner of problems, isn't it? Too many reverse points now. Just shorten the distance between them all out. Try that, shall we? Keep going a bit further. We'll give it a go. See what happens. Well, not much clearance there for the beacon, is there? Move the one right at the back. Damn it. My tip waypoint needs to be the last node. Ah. Can't actually see stuff. So actually, we probably want to delete this one. Is this going to screw things up? Right, it's going to screw things up if I delete them all. Delete that. And delete that. Right. I have to set them up again. Right, there we go. Grain, silo, tip. Move him out of the way, and I'm going to have to rename the other one again now, because I deleted that one by mistake. Means my little auto drive guy in the field is not going to know what to do. Always handy having Ed in the chat. This guy now won't have a home to go to because I managed to delete it. Let's tip him, turn him off. I need to drag that one back. I've got that, guys. I will go and do that in a minute. There you go. Thank you, Glengar. Appreciate you trying to get on to console. I know that is a really difficult challenge. And this was field 31. And now we can go field 31, grain silo tip, on. And we're going to have to update our thing here to now be, oh, field 31. He's only 44% full. He's going to get to the end of the field without even flinching. And we'll move that one back. T Healy, I would say that's a pretty decent assumption. Odge, where did that go? Where did they go? They're over there somewhere. What? I don't want to play anymore. Stop making me laugh. Where have they gone? Where have they gone? Have they gone all the way over here? Or have they just disappeared into space? Oh. It's like it snapped onto something. I have no idea where that's going to be. I think I might have to accept defeat on this one. Where's it even going? Where is it? It's just like buried into the ground over there somewhere. And there's the other one going through the shed. What? Right. Yeah. Here's what we'll do. Was it shift? No. Oh, I can't remember what it is. To click on one and delete it. I'll just do it this way. The basic way. And we'll get rid of that one too. And we'll connect that one and that one. Is that even? No, that's not going to work either, is it? We'll delete that one. Do that. Name this one Grain Silo Tip 2. And we're going to move it to the back of the shed without it going on its summer holidays. I think it's when it clips that wall. That'll do. And we'll move that a bit closer. A bit of a turn on that. Which means we're going to have to go and update our auto drives in the field again, but that might just work. Left alt, left click. Right, let's move you out of the way. It's all fun until somebody loses a waypoint. Delete some inwards. No, are we? We're right there, aren't we? Ah, we'll give it a go. Jason! No worries, mate. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry, I did see you drop in and then got distracted by this nonsense. Take it easy, buddy. Right. Back to you. Let's just update this. Because the other one's still there, floating in a field somewhere. I'll switch it off and on again, shall I? Just for safety's sake. Making all the mistakes so you guys don't have to. Brett, yes, Newcastle are flying. It is so good to see. Will be interesting to see who we pick up in the Jan chance transfers. Right, come on. Waiting for call. Combine is full. In your own time. Covers are off, that's a good sign. I agree, Strody. Going and tweaking some of those things would be great if you could just turn on the edit. Hey, this is how you learn stuff, right? This is group learning. Or self-help, I don't know which. There we go. Now, this should hit 90-something%. 98% maybe. Missing waypoint should be visible. Oh, it should be, you're right. Dave, you are right, my friend. Should be able to jump to it, shouldn't we? See if we can see it. Good call. There it is. No? Yeah, interesting. It's not. Because it should still be there, shouldn't it? You're right, because it's still a waypoint. It still counts. It doesn't appear to be. Grain silo tip 2. Field 31. You're right, it should be sitting in here somewhere, but it's... I bet it's gone under the map. I bet you that's what's happened. 98%. Good stuff. Right. Let's see if... Waiting for room. What's he waiting for? Room for what? All the room in the world, mate. Oh, no, there you go. Doing his thing. That's courseplay, not auto drive. Mally. Yeah, wait for the auger. Millennium Farmer said this a few weeks ago. Why would you not have the auger in the middle of the combine and it could spin both ways? How have they not come up with that yet? Johnny, why use auto... Well, the aim was I would leave this to run and I would go and do another job. As it turns out, we've ended up spending most of the time fixing this because there's an error between the keyboard and the seat. Oysen, not for a while yet. I saw that too, Dave. I saw that too. I haven't had a chance to have a look at it yet, but I thought that isn't that interesting? After that little email backwards and forwards the other day, that popped up straight away. It's going to come in really handy for this map, hopefully. So I'm looking forward to testing it. Pebcac, iron nose. But interesting. I'm glad I come up with the entertainment. Would you like a Greek map with more crops? I would like, if it was a Greek map, Spyros, I would like to see it with authentic Greek crops. It would be too heavy. Yeah, I suppose you do lose some of the support. You could do it though with an R. There's got to be a way of doing it. Look at that beautiful turn in there. What a thing! What a thing of beauty! Attingham's a lovely map, Dave. Right, come on. I know you're all desperate for this to go horribly wrong. I'm kind of hoping it's going the other way this time. Oh, that's quite tight to that wall though, isn't it? Oof. We found the trigger though. Trigger's quite early on it. It would look weird. It would look weird. But that's only because we're used to seeing it the other way. Yeah, this is good. Now we've got to hope that we can hit that trigger at the back wall and it's not going to confuse itself and try and turn back into the shed. But see, these are good tips for you when you set up your auto drive courses now. You can remember to make sure that your trigger is your last point and all of that. Stegman, get out of here. Anyway, the field's finished now. Only needed a couple of tweaks. Farmer Ed. Mally, thanks for the... I'm not sure if it was help or mocking me, but yes! Thank you, Graham. I've earned that. Sweating here. Thank you, Dust Bunny. You've all made my cold worse by all the coughing that you forced me to do by laughing. Blame you all. I'd be disappointed if there wasn't a slight hint of mockery in there. You gotta love it, right? That's the fun of it. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Oh, hence I can't swear, it's a family streamed Yos, but I have to find that rogue node. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little explore under the map later and see if I can find it. Yeah, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can laugh at? Me. Dead right. Drive around, put auto drive on. 11 ounces of hot water. Oh, what's going on here? This is a whole new level of... It's like, oh yeah. Think you've sorted it, do you? Allow me to mess it up for you again. He's going to get out of the way this time. I don't know what the combine's doing there. Is he stuck in... I think the combines are maybe not got enough space to do his turn. Spyros, take care, my friend. Thank you. Lemon juice, water. No alcohol in there. A little bit disappointed, Dust. It's a courseplay issue, I think. Yeah, he couldn't reverse far enough. That was his issue there. But that was quite clever of auto drive to get out of the way for him. I was panicked then he was making a beeline. Hey, Cranky, you are the man. Thank you very much, sir. You are a gentleman. Imagine we're going to have this issue every time he turns now on this last little bit. He wasn't hanging around tanking up to him there, was he? Take care, Tired. All the best, mate. I have to keep putting 3 headlands on courseplate, keep getting stuck on everything, not being able to turn. Yeah, 3 or 4s usually. I always think with a smaller equipment you can get away with 3, but depends how wide your kind of border is around your field as well a bit, doesn't it? Right. Let's just watch this, make sure he gets this in. I don't think he will again. I think we might need to give him a helping hand again. We'll see though. The tree's going to beat us this time, isn't it? Oh, that was close. But he made it. So, on that note, somewhere here, I have got a little fent. Let's start going to bale this. See if we can get down to the field. That's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point, Graham. More headlands with smaller equipment. That makes total sense. Automatic drop turned on. Let's go for 150s as well. And let's I have to say, I am loving the smaller equipment. I don't play with it often enough, so I'm really enjoying this. Is there a smaller than what tech than that class dominator there is? It's quite a few actually. Christian, how you doing? A couple of minor issues around animal pens, Christian. But I think the guys already know what the problem is and can fix it. Yeah, that's true. Don't do smooth corners. That definitely helps. He's stuck again? Or is he unloading? I think he's unloading, actually. Oh, we're paying this guy a fortune. All he's done is crash into stuff. Gonna get many bales off this. Can easily fit big stuff through there. I'm waiting, there'll be a comment somewhere about it's a terrible map because I can't get my quad track through the gates. Somebody's gonna do it. Are we done? Is that us with the combine done? You can. Maybe something to do with that, Grant. Yeah, I've been holding it now for about 3.5 weeks and it just keeps getting worse. Boxing Day, day after Christmas, was definitely the worst. I was a mess then. Now it's just this kind of... It's almost annoying now. Like, I have this tickly cough that won't go away and... just generally could do with it not being present now. Getting tedious. Right, are you going to leave? Or are you just going to sit there because you're not full? Might need to nudge him. A really disappointing yield on the... Seems on better. That's how I feel, Strody. I've had a couple of times when I'm like, oh, I'm on the road to recovery now, and then the next day I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Right, let's watch this guy back. We'll come back and do the bales, and we'll bring the combine home and all that. Another time. Artemas, how you doing? Nice to see you. The walls are low. Let's climb the walls. Can I not bail? I can, Mally, if I'd saved the course, which I might do before I leave. Because I could leave that to run, couldn't it? Thierry Boucher, how you doing, sir? Bonsoir and bonne soirée. Thing of beauty, this auto drive course. Just fell together super easy. Everyone I know has had this kind of cough over the last couple of years. Everyone I know knows I've got this cough as well, because they're sick of hearing it. That includes my entire family, who've now got it as well. So I have to keep my mouth shut. And pretend that it's not a bug in me. It was a textbook auto drive setup. You know. There was a crowd-funded, crowd-sourced auto drive setup. There were a few wobbles along the way, but we got there. Take care, Paladin. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Nice to see you. Did I get the big contract I tried for before Christmas? I did! Music Man, I did indeed. And do you know what? I think I'm ill because I worked every hour that God sent for the, like, 3 weeks before that. And I think that's why I'm so ill. I think I just ran myself into the ground. But I did get it. And it's a big deal. So yeah, no, it's huge. It's a 3-year contract, and it's for the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Massive. Which, and I didn't know, but a fact we found out, is the second biggest ticketed event in the world after the World Cup. Go figure. Christian, what do I use for editing my vids? I use Premiere Pro from Adobe. Just because I use it at work, it's my job. It's my job tool. So now what I don't want to do is send him back to the field. So it's kind of handy that I know how to use it. David, take care, my friend. Yeah, it's amazing is the word, because we were up against all of the big agencies that usually go for it, and we're this little new start. And actually they said to us, but you're just new, what happens if you know, things don't work out? And we were like, you know, it's a possibility, but also we're working really hard to make sure that's not a thing. And at that point we were like, I don't think we've got this. And then they phoned us and they were like, yeah, you felt you guys had the hunger for it. So yeah. Very exciting. That's going to kick off in earnest in the next few months. Right, let's just stick him in the shed here, shall we? Take care, Dave. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Yeah, let us know if you get to give silage levelling a spin on courseplay. This time next year you'll be a millionaire. That's what Del Boy said to Rodney once, didn't he? Right. We are going to... You're going to save this course. Create new folder. Field 31. Oops. Pressing all the wrong buttons. And we are going to save the course as Glass Combine. Now that course then should work treat for the baler. We'll just test it. Of course, he's going to send him off to... Well, he probably won't actually. 31, class combine, load course, activate, back. Looking good. Nearest waypoint. Off your pot. Now, I'm interested to know what happens with these balers when you've got auto eject. Auto unload on. Does it stop? Or does it? I was leaving bits on the corner because of the swing out of the... That's fine. Let's see what happens here. Or do we... Actually, is it worth turning auto unload off? He's going to run and leave... Oh no! Oh, good. Nice. Not always about money, but whether people have the will and desire for the job they have. Not a truer word spoken, Johnny. I completely concur with that. My policy when I employ people is, if you've got the right attitude and you love what you do, we can teach you how to do anything you want. But if you're just in it for the cash, you'll very quickly not survive. Here's hoping, Ed. Here's hoping. Yeah, that's where the back end of the combine swings out. So we might, I wonder, depends on where we end up with the... where we end up with bales, but we'll maybe pick those last little bits up. Or if it's not appropriate, we won't. Just realised I probably need to move my combine out of the way now. Or we're going to have a little bit of another incident, because we've not had enough of them yet tonight. So next year we could buy cheap tickets through you. I don't know what the policy is on that yet, but I will. I'll certainly let you know. Just like it clips the baler on the way past. Have you noticed that? When it closes, it's in the way. Just stick this on the grass for now, out of the way. And we'll deal with it another time. Right! I think that's probably quite a good juncture to call it a night, as my cold is starting to get a lot worse and the drugs are wearing off. So, that's just extra mulch. True. Extra fertiliser. Mally, take care. Thanks for all the laughs and tips as well tonight. Appreciate it, mate. Love being an Aussie time. One of the few times I can watch streams. Good. Glad to hear it, Cody. Actually quite a nice time for you guys, isn't it? First thing in the morning. Stick it in the grass till next year. Standard farming procedure, right? Right. Hope you guys enjoy your next couple of days. Maybe see how I feel tomorrow. I might come back. It's been fun kicking back and just chilling out. And I haven't got any vids lined up because I haven't really sat in front of the computer. So, until till then, we'll see what we do. But thanks for hanging out. You've properly cheered me up and made me feel a little bit less ill. Although that auto drive course made me sick. So, right, look after yourselves, take care, and if I don't see you again before, have a wonderful new year. But hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.